Hello, everybody. Is anybody out there? Okay, I'm gonna go. It's saying that I have no sound, but I know that's not true because I can see the mic moving. Duplicate spring. See if that fixes it. Okay. Is anyone out there? I think I fixed that. It was like causing. Hey, there we go. Um, I noticed I accidentally clicked the wrong stream when I set it all up to get started, so it was just glitchy. I do that sometimes. You would think after a few months I'd be better at this. I'm quiet. Is this better? I am pretty far away. Let me get this fixed here. Hold on. Let's try that. Does that sound better, Aiden? I can turn myself up too if you need me to. Yeah, part of the issue is the mic was like pushed really far away from me. I need to clean up my library. It's a bit messy. I kind of have created like a cocoon of mess around here, so I need to clean it up. It's probably what I'm going to do for today's stream. Turn up a little bit more. I mean, okay, so here's like full volume. Let me know if that sounds better. I'm wondering too. Yeah, I can't turn it up anymore. Let me know if that sounds better. I'm also going to shut the door cuz the fan's running and maybe that's causing an issue. That seems good. Okay. Yeah, I'm talking a little bit quieter too cuz I noticed when I streamed with Dana last week, I was a little too loud, so I'm trying to find that balance of being too loud and also being like hearable. So, how have you been? It's only been like a week since we talked, but what are you? Oops, I just knocked something over. What are you reading? How's it been? Did you have a good weekend? My weekend in Chicago was so much fun. I think we hit a total of 5 bookstores, including a Barnes and Noble. I got to get together like a little post. I'm kind of hoping that I can maybe make a video out of it, but I didn't take a whole lot of footage while I was there because I was just trying to enjoy the time with my friend. Yeah, I feel like I hit this breaking point. Geez, probably like a week ago where I just got like overwhelmed with how much I had going on. So, Yeah, it was fun. The trip to Chicago actually came about because they opened that Harry Potter store there, and my friend is a really big Harry Potter fan, so we kind of planned it back in like January. And then in from then until now, we both have started like really reading a lot of books. And so we were like, well, we'll go check out some bookstores. So that's kind of how it came about. There was a lot of bookstores down there. Like within like 5 miles of downtown, there was a lot, but I think we tried to hit ones that we thought would be cute. You know, something that's a little bit different, or maybe it's a different genre or it focused on one thing. And so we tried to do all of that. Um, I ended up buying a total of 11, I think it was, books. Hold on, I think Maple's chewing on something. Don't chew. No, don't chew. That was Maple. Yeah, Maple popped in. No, no. And she's yelling at me, so. But I think I got a total of 11 books while I was down there. Well, if you're gonna say hi, say hi all the way. There she is. Yeah. Um, Across all the stores, I tried to buy like I think I bought something at every single store, or at least I tried to. Because I was like, it's most of, with the exception of one, most of them were independent bookstores. There was one Barnes and Noble that we went to, but it was like one of those Barnes and Nobles where it was in like this beautiful, like huge old building, which was really cool. Hello, Servasha. How are you? Did you have a good weekend? I know. She's yelling at me. So, I can walk through. Do you guys want to kind of see my haul, see what I got while I was out of town? I can share all of that. And Maple will join me for that. You are a pain. I literally gave her attention all day. You would think this cat is completely ignored all weekend, all day, but no. It's just when I'm talking. Okay, so I'll just walk through them really quick. Um, so while I was in Chicago, I got a total of 11 books. One of the traditions that I have, please don't lick my elbow. One of the traditions that I have is to get a cat um themed book. So I did buy, let me get it closer. If Cats Disappeared from the World from I think it's Genki is the proper pronunciation, but Genki Kawamura. I had seen this like as a recommended read, so I got that. And then I also got, it's too much, Maple. It's too much. I also got The Color Purple by Alice Walker. So one of the things I did is I gave myself a goal to read 3 to 4 like historical or banned books. So this was one of the banned books that they recommended at one of the stores. So I bought that one, and I've actually never read this. So I grabbed that. And then on along those lines, I also got Crime and Punishment, which is a historical book by Fyodor, it's Dostoevsky. I got this version of it. It's really pretty. Has like a gold bind. Um I haven't read this one either. At least I don't remember. Oops, sorry, Mapes. Not that I remember, but it is it's a thick one. Let's see, what are we talking about? Oh, Sarvasha's son came in from Boston over the weekend. Hasn't seen him since Christmas. He's in college and also in love, so mama's on the back burner. Yeah, that can happen sometimes. But I'm glad he came to visit. That's awesome. I also got, and this was just funny. It's called The 7 Year Itch by Amy Dawes, and it's got like really cute edges, but what caught me was the little cats on the bind. Maple, it's enough. Getting ready to kick you out if you don't stop. Okay, the next two are dark romance. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. So the next one is Pen Pal by J.T. Geisinger. So I was reading the Ruthless Creatures series by J.T. Geisinger, and I really liked their writing style. So I ended up buying this one, which is one of their other books. It is dark romance. So I'm going to recommend it for my dark romance book club and see if it's any good. I also got this was recommended by someone at a romance bookstore called Promises and Pomegranates by Sav R. Miller. So also another dark romance. And it's the Monsters and Muses book 1. And if I'm correct, it has to do with like the Hades and Persephone story, but it's kind of told from a different perspective. Okay, move, honey. I also got Rose and Chains by Julie Soto. This was just a pickup because it was pretty. It reminded me of the bind, and I don't know if it's over here. I don't think it is. But there's another book that I have that kind of has like similar binding to that, but this is a fantasy. This book I picked up. Okay, Pen Pal is pretty good, but I enjoyed Ruthless Creatures more. Okay, that's good to know. This one I picked up because Danielle and I are planning to do a buddy read. It's called Bunny by Mona Awad or Awad. I really don't know anything about it, but she wanted to read it, so I picked it up. And then I think we're down to the last three. One sec. Okay, then the last three. There's two mystery thriller and then another fantasy. So this one is The Compound. Now, I'm pretty sure the pronunciation is Ashling Rall. This was recommended by Karina, one of my fellow YouTubers, and it's basically like a mystery thriller, but it's kind of like Love Island. There's all kinds of stuff there. So she said it was really good. And then Arcana Bunny Bunny Read, that's really funny, Aiden. Arcana Academy by Elise Kova. This is book 1. And this is a romantasy. Again, very pretty, like, edge there. So I picked this one up because it looked good and I've heard good things. And then last but not least is Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. The inside of this is pretty cool too. But Dana is doing her Bunny's a Wild Ride. That's good to know. Dana is doing her Thrills and Chills book club. Hi, thanks for joining. Dana's doing for August her Thrills and Chills book club read is Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. So I'm planning to read it. And this book was on my list because the whole premise of the story is that someone attempts to kill her, but she doesn't die. But they do enough damage to her brain that they suspect she'll have an aneurysm, which will ultimately kill her within a week. So she'll spend the next week trying to like solve her murder, which I thought was really fascinating. So, so that's what I got while I was down in Chicago. And here's oops, sorry, hit the mic, but that's the inside of without the dust cover. So, so that's what I got in Chicago. And whoa. Hold on. There we go. So I got a lot, like as if I needed more books, but that's what I got while I was down there. Um and trying to look. Danielle and I are going to do so we started a yeah, it's Camilla. We started a Instagram which I talked about, which is called Two States Same Page. And we are doing for the month of August, provided her son doesn't make a grand entrance early, we're doing a buddy read for what is on my screen right now, which is These Summer Storms. We both got it in our book of the month. So I started reading it. I'm really early into it, so I don't really have a lot of opinions on it right quite yet, but so far I'm enjoying it. And that's going to be our August read, so be on the lookout for that later in August. And then in October, I've officially decided this. I'm going to start hosting a book club called Craft and Crime. So it is going to be mystery thriller themed, but it's going to be once a month. And my plan is to do reading sprints focused kind of on reading the book. You also got that for your book of the month. Well, if you would like to join us, Sarvasha, we're reading that this month, this coming month, tomorrow. But so I'm starting in October my own book club called Craft and Crime Book Club, and my thought process is I would do one session of reading sprints where we focus on reading the book of that month and then also working on whatever crafts that we're supposed to do so we can share our crafts, we can talk about what we're working on, and then if I can do it, I'm going to try and come up with a fun and creative craft to go along with the book if anybody wants to join in on that. Now, that's going to require me to read the books ahead. That's why I'm not starting until October. So it gives me a little bit of time to get ahead of you guys. And then at the end of the month, my last stream of the month, as of right now, the plan is to do our book discussion. So I'm still planning to keep Thursday night streaming. So at the end of every month, that will be focused on the Craft and Crime Book Club. The other thing that I am working on, and this is something that I've talked about before, is I am trying to come up with readathons. I would like to do, if I can do it right, I would like to do 2 to 3 readathons a year that are bingo style boards. And I want to do them like one in winter, one in summer, and one in fall is kind of what I'm thinking, or spring, summer, fall. So I'm trying to figure that all out. But Aiden and Sam have been, oh, my arm is like super red, have very generously been helping me put together something. So I've been working on creating kind of more resources and stuff for that. So, if you want to check out kind of what a bingo board looks like or what that would look like, Dana did host one in June and it was Camp Thrills and Chills. And it was like she had a bingo board, and then your goal was to get at least a diagonal or 5 in a row, or black out the entire board. So you can take a look at kind of how she did that over on her Thrills and Chills Instagram, where she talks about that. So that's kind of just some information for you guys. I did want to let you know, so for the month of August, I am scheduled to stream. I'm looking at it right now. Every Thursday, with the exception of the week of August 17th. They are doing a special showing of the Goofy movie on the 21st. And so I'm going to go see that with some friends. So my plan that week is to stream that Friday, but I think it might conflict with a silent book club meeting. So I'm going to look and see if maybe I need to move it to Wednesday. But just keep in mind the week of August 17th, I will not be streaming on Thursday. It will be another day that week. So just to let everybody know. But as of right now, the rest of the month will be Thursday. Okay, so what is everybody reading tonight? Aiden, Sarvasha, and Camilla, what are you guys, what's on your agenda? I'd like to hear about it. I'm also going to pull this up here real quick. And while you guys are typing out, because I'm sure you guys are responding, I want to show you that book, the Barnes and Noble that I was talking about. Let me see if I can find a video of it. So that's what that Barnes and Noble looked like. Look how beautiful that is. And then I have, that's kind of what it looked like from upstairs, which was really cool. And then here's kind of from the first floor. Okay. So Camilla is reading 13 by Steve Kavanaugh and working on their reading journal. Aiden is reading Under the Rainbow by Celia Lasky and The Wife App by Carolyn Mackler. Yeah, isn't that really pretty, Camilla? I couldn't believe it. It's just like an old building in Chicago that they converted into a Barnes and Noble, which was really fun. I try to buy most of my books from like small indie stores if I can help it, but it doesn't always happen. And they had at least one or two, but that's where I got my stuff, my historical and band books from. So, Aiden, you are being asked if you have a reading journal. So I have a reading journal, but I forget to fill it out every time. It's a really cute one too. So I think I'm gonna have to maybe make that a goal for next year because I've already read, last I checked, I think it was 47 books this year. So at this point to even catch up would be ridiculous. Aiden says, I don't have a reading journal, but I'm starting to think you might want to start one. There are some really, really cute ones online that I've seen, Aiden, that are like you don't even have to make it yourself, you just fill it out. But I have also seen people do like bullet journals. So that is an option for you also, if you want to look at that. But okay, so in an effort to keep us, I primarily buy my books at Target. I love their sales. Yeah. And so that is something that I've done in the past, especially when there's like series that I want. I try to wait till they do the buy two, get one free and try to get it on sale. But I also try really hard if I have the budget to support local stores because I know that like it means a lot more to them than to like Target, if, for me to buy a book there. But it sometimes I got to save money. It's just part of life. So, but okay, so in an effort to somewhat keep us on track, I did get a little distracted sharing the books I got in Chicago. I'm going to go ahead and start our first sprint. We're still doing the normal 45 and 15. So I will move us over to sprints now. We're going to go for 45 minutes. So I'll see you guys just after the top of 9 o'clock. See you soon. Oh, and don't forget to drink your water and stretch your body. Hello, everybody. How did that sprint go for you? For some reason, this is having like a glitch issue. Hey, Sam. I'm not really sure why it's doing this, but it's like showing duplicate streams for me. But I'm not streaming twice. So I'm not really sure not sure what's going on here. I keep checking it out and I don't see anything wrong. So I think my OBS is just having a bad day. So it happens sometimes. How did everybody's sprint go? Camilla read 30 pages of their book. Okay. I didn't think there was a stream tonight. Now I'm here to try and finish this nightmare book. What book are you reading? Are you still doing Babel? Is that like through today? I'm currently reading These Summer Storms as part of a buddy read for Danielle and I. And then I'm also listening to The Tainted Cup. The Church of the Mountain of the Flesh. What 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 genre is that? I'm sure Mabel's gonna come say hi at some point. Heard The Tainted Cup was good. I'm probably like 25% in, and I'm really liking it so far. Say hi to Maple. Say hi. You're so goofy. Come here. Come forward. It's horror. Okay. Okay. She doesn't really want to be on camera. She's right here, though. And her paws are wet. She means she was drinking from the bowl. So I haven't really read much of These Summer Storms or The Tainted Cup. I just finished reading The Ghostwriter on Tuesday, which was very good. It's kind of your typical mystery thriller where some of it you can figure out and some of you can't. Some of it you can't, but that was for a book club that I'm doing. And in August I'm planning to read like 6 or 7 books, so we'll see how that goes. I am fairly excited though cuz I've been making my way through the Agatha Christie books cuz I've been trying to buy all of them. There's a lot of body horror. Real horror is the purple prose though. Okay. So, Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot books are all being kind of republished in this formatting with numbers on the title. She just bit me. I don't know why she did that. Um, and so I'm trying to get them in order, but it's kind of hard to find them all in order. Some haven't been republished yet. So as I find them, I've been buying them, and I think I'm up to 4 of them. So I really need to go through and take stock of my books. Come here, Mapes. Come back over here. We just don't bite. We don't put teeth on bodies. Thank you. Thank you. Come back forward. There we go. Are you trying to cleanse Riley Sager from your mind with the real Murder on the Orient Express? No, so I gave myself a goal to start rereading Agatha Christie's books. I really loved her books in high school, middle school even. And so I really would like to go back to reading them. And I've always wanted to own like all of her Hercule books. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to do. And I really liked the way that like these are printed. They're all different covers, but they all are like consistent. So like this is Murder on the Orient Express. And then like Death on the Nile, so like they're the same. And then when they're on the shelf, they're different colors, but it's the same font, and then they have all the numbers. So there's a total, I believe, of 35 of Hercules books. So I'm trying to collect all of them, is what I'm trying to do, which I just thought would be fun. So that cover matches your nails. Oh, yeah, it does, doesn't it? I didn't plan that. I've been trying to do my nails more at home. I don't usually do my fingernails. I get my toenails done all the time because I don't like to paint my own toenails, but my fingernails I don't usually do, but I've been growing them out, so these are like my natural nail length. So I'm working on it. But yeah, I really like Agatha Christie's books. I like her writing style, so and I read all of her books growing up, so now I'm like, okay, now I need to own them because I figured out that I don't own a single one, which is wild to me. So, but so yeah, I think I have four. I gotta look though because I know I was gonna buy one in Chicago and then I changed my mind and bought something else. So I might be thinking of that. But for sure I have these two and I think at least one more. Yep. Here we go. Oh, I have three more. See? So yeah, so then I also have Dumb Witness. I have The Halloween Party. And then I have Murder in Mesopotamia. And these are 13, 35, and 16. And then the other two I have are 9 and 18. So it's kind of like, well, I think it's going to be backwards for you guys, but 9 to 35. And so there's 30, there's 37 then that I need to collect. So that's kind of what I'm working on, is that. So, and Barnes and Noble has a lot of them. These ones are not sold at indie bookstores, and I did ask my local indie bookstore if she could buy them this exact printing, and it's a very specific publisher. So, oh, wow, that's interesting. I have two Perot box sets, then I have a few trade paperbacks. Yeah. No, I'm not planning to read all of these in August. These are just books that I want to own these, Sam. And I gave myself a goal to try and collect as many of them as I could and start reading them from one to the end. So that's my goal. So I still don't have number one. But Sam, you weren't here yet. I did buy one of my banned books for my goal, which was The Color Purple, and I did buy a classic book as well to add to my collection to read. And I bought I almost said Sense and Sensibility, which isn't right. Crime and Punishment is what I bought. Let me grab those. When I went to Chicago, I bought those. So the banned book that I bought was um, The Color Purple. This is obviously a reprinting of the original. And then Crime and Punishment. I bought this version of it. I just thought it was pretty. So I'll do an Agatha Christie buddy read. Ooh, I do that too after Jaws. Yeah, you guys tell me what you want to do. Honestly, her books are so quick to read. They're not generally not more than like 300 pages, I want to say. Let's see here. So the Halloween one is 250, so it's a shorter one. And then the thickest one on here, I believe, is Dumb Witness. And Dumb Witness is 317. So once I get through um all of Hercule's books, I also want to do um Mrs. Marple or the Marple series. There's 12 in that. So we can definitely put something together. Um but it would be quite the undertaking because there are 37 or 38 just Hercule books, and then Marple is 12. So But yeah, I can definitely coordinate something. And a lot of these you can get at your library. You don't have to buy them. I'm just doing it because I love her books, so it's a way for me to make sure that I have copies. I would love to get some of the originals or some of the earlier printings of it, but they're hard and expensive to find. So I was like, I'm gonna find like a style that I like and then just buy all of those. And I saw these randomly at Barnes and Noble, and I appreciate it because it has the listing of all of the Hercule books on the back. So you can see which ones you need. And then the one that you are on right here is actually like, see, this is Dumb Witness. It's bolded. So I know where I'm at in the series. So it's just fun. And it seems to me that they're remaking they're making a lot of these into movies like today because they've done Murder on the Orient Express and Death on the Nile recently. So it'd be kind of fun to see if they keep doing it. So, yeah, I could maybe make that part of my book club that I'm thinking about doing, or we could just coordinate something and see if anybody wants to do it. So, I gotta play with these lights though, man. Sometimes it gives me a headache. I like that it's brighter, but I think it needs to be down more, not like up here, because that's what's hurting my eyes. But yeah, I've got a lot of books to read, and I just keep signing up for book clubs. So, I'm working on it. This hair is driving me nuts. I love my haircut, but I'm not used to these little short pieces in the front, my little bang pieces. So I'm still trying to figure these out. It's just part of having short hair, though. And Sam, I also was talking about earlier on, I am going to start a book club in October. So starting in Q4 of 25 called Craft and Crime Book Club. And it's going to be all about crafting and mystery thriller books. There's also a thriller bingo card in the works that may be applicable to that buddy read. Yeah. So that's something, and I was saying that what I would really like to do in 26 is I'd like to do those bingo cards and do readathons and pick a couple months and do that. So that would be like a lot of fun to do. And then I'm still trying to coordinate the Sisterhood of the Traveling Book. So it's all floating around up here. I'm just trying to sit down and do it. And unfortunately, July has been so busy that everything has been falling through the cracks. So I'm just trying to catch my breath a little bit and then hope, unfortunately the fall isn't any better. It's just going to get worse. So, and like even in July, I read a total of like 3 books, which is very little for me. I usually read about 5 or 6. So, if you are a Book of the Month subscriber, make sure to pick your Book of the Month. They released them, I believe it was yesterday. So make sure to do that if you are part of that. And then if you have Kindle Unlimited, I believe they will be releasing their first reads tonight or tomorrow. So make sure to check that out also. So, okay, I'm going to use the last minute and a half to go ahead and get us started for the next sprint. Please make sure to drink your water and stretch your body. Don't be sitting this whole time. You got to make sure your back doesn't hurt like mine ends up hurting. And we will see each other in a little over 45 minutes. Bye. Okay, how did that sprinkle for everybody? I honestly did not get any reading done, but I've been working on some blog posts for the month of August. It always messes me up when a month starts on a Friday. I just feel like I'm a little bit behind. I'm also getting my um Instagram stuff ready because I've been trying to do a monthly photo challenge over on the Bookstagram. Oh, Sam says so much horror. What did you do during your sprint, Aiden? Here I again. Here I am fixing my hair. There we go. But yeah, I've been working on some blog posts just to kind of get my week started. And then I've been working on stuff for Bookstagram and then trying to make my plan for reading for August because if I don't schedule myself out, I won't read any of the books. So I'm trying to figure out my schedule. So, and every weekend we have something going on, which is I mean, it's good and it's bad. A lot of it's weddings. August we have two weddings in August. And then we have a friend coming in town to visit us next weekend. Kind of last minute, but they needed to get away. So he came to visit. He's got to come to visit. Excuse me. So that's kind of one of the things that we have going on this month. And then the good news is we're going to be home for Labor Day. Volunteer work and working on a super nerdy monthly reflection. Cute. Oh, Camilla read 30 pages. Good job. Fry was just laying on the floor. I think he's hungry. He keeps looking at me like, "Are you gonna feed me?" So after we finish this break, I'm gonna go feed the cats. We've been giving them wet food like every couple of days, so it's a wet food day, I think, at this point. So Sam wants to know how you put yourself in timeout. That's a good question, Sam. Maple. So, so Aiden didn't read any. Camilla read 30 pages. I read 0 pages, but I did get 2 blog posts done, which is pretty good. And Sam said there was a lot of horror, but didn't say how many pages they read. Normally, too, I would listen to a book, but when I'm like I can't be listening to like a book. I can do music, but I can't listen to a book and be typing something out. And a couple of the posts that I was working on are a little bit more I have to think through things. Oh, he tucks himself under the blankets on my papasan chair. So he literally put himself to bed, it sounds like. I also need to charge my capybara. He died. The little light one back here. And I got to figure out this light bulb thing. I don't know where the remote is for that because they have a lamp up there. I don't know. It's on my e-reader. We roll with percentages here. Say 3%. Yeah. That's one thing that drives me insane is I can never figure out exactly how far I've gotten in a book. I usually will just do like if I'm listening to a book and it's 13 hours and I've listened to an hour, I'll just do like percentage for that. Let me see if I can get this one on. Okay, yeah, it just turned on. I can change the color. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of like right up here. It's not quite in view because of the way my camera is. But, didn't read much, just relaxing. Okay. That's not a bad thing though. It's kind of the end of the day. It is a Thursday. So we're kind of hitting that point um in the day where it's oh. where you're just kind of winding down. I'll probably be using the next sprint to do my nighttime wind down and brush my hair and do all that stuff too. I need to take better care of my skin. It's very dry. And I did want to say thank you to Sam for following up with my blood work last week. I still have not gone to get it done, but I do appreciate that you remember, one, that you remembered, and two, that you followed up on it. I was gonna go earlier this week, but I was horribly dehydrated from my Chicago trip, and considering my veins like to run when I'm dehydrated, that's gonna be traumatic for me. So I'm gonna try to give myself a goal to get it done by the second week in August, which is about a month post my appointment, the last time I tried. So, and if you need, if you know, we do accountability. So if anybody has anything that they want me to help them stay accountable for, just let me know. I'm happy to do that. Um, I just need encouragement with the blood. Oh, I can bother you more next week. Don't you worry. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. Yeah. So I talked about it a little bit a couple streams ago, but I have developed a trauma response to getting my blood drawn just due to some medical issues that I had a few years ago. Um, oh, my 5K race. That is my 5K race is it is on the 17th of August, so just a little over 2 weeks from now. I've done some training, but not a lot. But when I was in Chicago, I was able, like, there was one day I walked like 5 miles in the day. So I'm not worried about being able to finish the race. Um, but I am slightly concerned about, like, I really had a number in my head of like how long I wanted to get it to take to finish the race. And I don't know that I'll get that, but I'm also doing it with a friend who is also not prioritizing um sorry, I just saw a Servatia's comment. She's also not prioritizing training. So, we'll just end up going at whatever pace we can manage together. So, and then depending on how I feel after that, I might start signing up for more because I do like to, yeah. Incentive to get that blood work out of the way, way far in advance. That's a good idea, Sam. Sarasha says, reading Book of Azrael on Kindle, just realized it's almost 600 pages, only 10% in. But I mean, if you're only 10% in and you were enjoying it that much that you missed like our last little break, that's a good thing. It means it will go fast. So, but yeah, so Sam has been messaging me on Discord to remind me. Speaking of which, let me get the link for that. I did create a Discord. If anybody wants to join, basically, I'm just um let me post this here. Hold on. It's just a way for us to interact. Why isn't it doing that? Why is it not working? Disable. There we go. Um so just chat books. I'll do little announcements in there when I'm streaming. I did one today. I'm also going to be having interactions for book clubs and buddy reads and other stuff like that in there. So it's just kind of a more centralized place instead of me constantly being like, yeah, if you look at this place or you look at this place, it will give you guys just a centralized location if you have Discord. If you do not have Discord, I do regular posts over on YouTube, or I try to, where I give the schedule or if there's any changes to anything. So if you go to my YouTube channel, there's a section on there, and this is going to freeze the timer 1 second. There's a section on there where you can see um, my posts, is what it's called. So if you go to my channel and you select posts, I do have like my upcoming schedule on there, which posted twice. I did talk about my Discord. I let everybody know I canceled my stream. So if you want a place that's not Discord to check out what I'm doing, that is an option as well. So just keep that in mind. But if you want to join the Discord, I'd be happy to have you in there. If that's not your cup of tea, that's fine. I am also looking at doing a Patreon as well, where for those that don't have Discord or don't want it, similar concept where I can go in and I can share things, but then I can also share things early or do exclusive content. But that's gonna be coming later, probably early next year because I gotta figure out how to set it all up. I'm not very good at Patreon, whereas like Discord, I'm a little bit more educated in that. And yes, Sam is correct. There are pet pictures in there. So if you really like seeing pictures of cats, because that's all we've had so far, I think is just the cats, right? In Discord. Where's the pets one? Yeah, so far just cats. So if you have a dog and you want to share your dog, you should definitely join the Discord and share it. Do this again. There we go. Get the timer fixed. So it's just, a centralized location just for people to check things out. It's a way to have a community where we can talk to each other outside of just my Thursday night streams. Hopefully set up some more buddy reads, that kind of stuff. I do know a lot of other YouTubers have started using it as well for their readathon, so I'm going to try to do that. Oh yeah, and all critters are welcome. It doesn't have to just be cats or dogs. If you've got any exotics, please, please, please share them. I love all animals. A little scared of spiders, but if you have a pet spider, I'd still like to see it. So I'm starting to warm up to them a little bit, especially the little jumping spiders. They're very cute. So it's just a way to connect, especially, in this world where I'm just talking to you guys here on the screen. Eventually, I'd like to get to the point where we can sit and do just like reading together, co working together, stuff like that, where it's not just me talking to you through a screen. So if I can get it set up, I'm going to do that. Hey, how's it going? How's your writing going? It's the end of the month. Did you get your book done? I know you wanted to get it done. Hey, Katie. We were just talking about I created a new Discord. The link is a little bit further up. I don't know if you can see it, but if you want to join, please do. Let me see. And what are you reading if you're not writing? I am curious to hear about that too. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to join. Going well. I may have finished it and working on edits. Good job. I'm so excited for you. I know you were working really hard to get it done. So good for you, Katie. That's awesome. Can't wait to hear or learn more. If you do join the Discord, I do have a channel about writing as well. I put one in there because I knew that you're a writer. So that one is called The Writing Nest. So if you do decide to join the Discord, there is something in there for you too. So that's really exciting. And when you're ready, if you need any ARC reviewers, just let me know. I'm horrible at winking, but that's what that is. That's so exciting. I'm so excited for you. Reading No Time to Die by Taylor Newport. What genre is that one? I don't think I've heard that one. Oh, interesting. Oh, well, it looks interesting. This looks really interesting. Thank you. I'll have a beta reader application out by the end of next week, I'm hoping. Well, feel free if you have that ready and you want people to read it, and you want anybody here to read it, romantic suspense but more action. Okay. Let me know. I'm happy to share the link if you want. If that's not what you want, you just tell me, but I'm totally like down to share with my community and maybe even some other YouTubers if you'd like. We can definitely do that because that's exciting. It's a big accomplishment. So I'm very excited for you. I'm so glad to hear that. I know you worked really hard this month. So, oh, shoot. Okay. So we are down to our last few seconds. We are going to go ahead and go into our last sprint. Let me pause it for 1 sec while I finish that. So we got 45 minutes. We'll be back at the top of the hour at 11. And then we'll do a wrap up. Make sure that you, if you haven't, oh, on your channel. Perfect. So everybody, if you're interested in reading Katie's book, make sure to follow her over on YouTube. Okay. So do that. But make sure that you're drinking your water, make sure you're stretching your body, and I will talk to y'all in a little under 45 minutes. Bye. Okay, how did that go for everybody? I feel like the last sprint always goes the quickest, but maybe that's just me. Y'all can tell me that. I managed to get another 2 blog posts done. I fed the cats, got a few other little things done around the house, so I definitely leaned towards the productivity side of the sprints today instead of reading, but that's fine. How did you guys do on the sprint? Whoa, that's the second time today I've done that. Okay, let's see. Oh, my stream is catching up. Here we go. Okay. Camilla went to bed during the sprints. So good night to Camilla. For some reason my little chat thing didn't catch that. Sam says 80% of the book is done. It progressed to Pika or Pika horror. That sounds terrible. Katie says that they were lazy and scrolled videos. I get that. Aiden did not read anything. She misses her books, but things will slow down starting next week. Getting the bingo square though. Yeah, that's I don't know, Sam. I don't know about that one. That's not my cup of tea. Good night, Katie. Yeah, this is our last little break. We're just going to chit chat for a few minutes and then I'm going to head to bed myself. If you can't tell, I'm a little tired. But I figured we would do one more catch up just after the end of the sprint. Sam, do you think you're going to stay up and finish your book tonight? Or do you think you're going to move on from it and go to bed? Also, Katie, if you're still here, congratulations on finishing your book. That's really awesome. It's so satisfying to check off those squares, though. Yeah. The book has hit a couple for Unhinged. Truly, it is a nightmare scenario. How do you find these books, Sam? That's what I want to know. I feel like you always find the craziest things. Also, you're old and need sleep. Also, my cat is Maple is just staring at the ceiling. And if you're anything like me, when a cat stares at the ceiling, it means one of two things. There's a bug or a ghost. And right now I don't see a bug. So we'll see what happens. Sam, oh yeah, Katie says I need to get to work on book 2. No rest for the wicked, right? This is a queer horror book club where you can't blame me. Maple is ghost hunting. She stopped staring, so whatever it was left, but it's always terrifying. Why do cats do that? And I think Leela might make an appearance. Let's see if I can get her to come over. Lily, come here. Let's say hi to everybody. Come on. There she is. Say hi. She's got to do her little walk around the back. Hold on. But there's her tail. Oh, did you miss your jump? She missed her jump. Come here. Is my pillow in the way? Is that why? There you go. Well, you guys can see her booty. Come here. You're fine. Hey, say hi. There we go. There's Leela. They got their dinner while during that last sprint, so they're all happy campers. I'm actually surprised they're not doing their little bath time because usually after they eat, they do bath time. But I will say, you're okay. So one of the things about Leela is before we switched her food, she used to eat all the hair off of her belly, and as you can see, it's starting to grow back. I know I'm embarrassing you. I'm sorry. Yeah, she just meowed at me. Um, so that is a good sign because she's not obsessively licking over her belly. So, and she did just growl at me. She doesn't like to be held, so. Only, she's one of those cats that she'll lay on you while you're sleeping, but heaven forbid you touch her. You've been spelling it wrong, but it's fine. We did a weird spelling because, they're named after Fry and Leela, so I wanted to try to be somewhat original. That was also like 13 years ago when I was in my 20s. Now I just wish I had spelled it Leela like the show, but yeah, no. I don't take it personally if you spell it wrong. You're going to come back up here. Come on. No. Okay. She doesn't want to. Oh, yeah. And that's funny. I didn't even post the spelling in there other than that's just me telling everybody who she is. But yeah, no, I don't care if you spell it. It just however you want to spell it. It was kind of funny because I have another friend who's an avid reader, and she has a cat named Leia, and so it gets confusing when we're talking about Leia and Leela because they both have had pancreatitis and both have had digestive issues. So it's always funny when we start talking about them because the names are so similar. Maple's just staring at me now. She's over here. Hi. So you can call her Leels. I don't care. I call her Lily. I call her Loodle. I call her Doodle. Whatever you want to call her. Doesn't bother me. I call her Poopy Pants. I call her Amber Turd, which is funny. Um, Not gonna lie, I'll probably misspell it in the future, especially with migraine brain fog. That's totally fine, Sam. I don't care. All cats need at least 8 nicknames, some of which must be longer than their actual name. Yeah. Yeah. The Amber Turd one came when she pooped on our bed. What you doing? Why are you doing that? She's sneezing. Griffin is Tub, Shark BB is Stink. That's funny. Leo is Sassy Pants. What was that? I think she got food up her nostril. What was that? Are you good? Mm. All right. Well, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end us here so I can go get ready for bed because I did not do that this last sprint. But thank you, as always, for joining me. I really appreciate you all taking time out of your busy schedules to be here and to join this little chat. Oh, yeah. They also get a man when they're being naughty. That I agree with. Um, I do appreciate you all being here and taking time out of your busy schedules to join me. As I always say, please sure to take care of your body, take care of your mind, drink your water, and stretch your body. And we will talk next week. Bye.